Continuing from the last one, Enoch Power, right? So very quoted. The famous rivers of blood speech, very quoted, that they would know as floods and all that. Enoch, you got the eunuch and the Noah. I say very quoted. So he has date of his rivers of blood speech, 20th of April, so that's 20 and 4, 2 and 4, so that's 6. Right? 2 and 4, 6 for a hex. Right? And also the 42, making the G. Right? So you know what his speech was all about. The rivers of blood speech. So there's the 6 and the 7. So 6 times 7 is 42. Right? And 4 and 2 equals 6, which is hex. So I was ties together like. Right. So that was 68, the rivers of blood speech. And then in 77, right? So basically 9 years later, right? 9 years later, they released the Jesus of Nazareth, which is starring Robert Powell as Jesus. Right? So again, a bit of coding in there, like a bit of linking these things together, right? Of course, this is a very profane version of the story. It's not a single black in it, I don't think, in this particular production. So again, this is like that Exodus Gods and Kings one by the Ridley Scott. It's an profane production, see? So basically a distraction, a cover up, see? Of course, Robert Powell, the pools, right? In the pole you've got the pool. You've got the pools, right? The pools apart, like these fishing pools, see? Powell's fishing pools. You know what I mean? The pole, idea, say the pools apart. This is like a Pink Floyd song and that, pools apart. Of course, representing from the division bell, see? Representing the tea drinkers and the naturals at different loggerheads or whatever, It's not keeping them apart and separated and all is good, like pools apart. Not idea, obviously coming from the Masonic idea. The pools, the pillars or the pools apart, right? So this is to deal with the two species of people, their own transes and the natural people, keeping them pools apart. And the profane stuff, right? For the natural people, the profanes as they call them, right? Their own transes are supposed to be sacred. So in that word sacred, you have secret. Right? Secret. Interesting little illustration, I read, see. So that's basically showing like a hex globe, like a false world, right? I don't know exactly what that one is, but it's basically showing how the two type of people, right, the transes and the naturals, live on different worlds. See, two different worlds going on, both under the control of this Freemasonry. See, controlling the two different worlds, right? And little stars there, see, black and white all the time. So an interesting little illustration, that. Here's the meaning of profane, right? I mean the profane, right? Yeah. To treat something with abuse, irreverence or contempt, desecrate, to debase by a wrong, unworthy or vulgar use. So they apply this word profane to the natural people. Right? Their own people are sacred, right? So it's the opposite there. Their own people are the sacreds. Naturals are abused and treated like given lies and garbage, hex and filth to sort of look at and exposed to and all this. Not holy because unconsecrated, impure or defiled, unsanctified, see. So it's opposite of being a holy, which is a eunuch. Yeah, we went through this trans purification ceremony, right? So despise natural people, by this profanity, showing a reverence toward God or sacred things, blasphemous, not devoted to holy purposes, see, opposed to sacred. So they're really doing like natural people at all, right? Sociology, quite a these concepts play in sociology quite a bit, because they control the society. Very funny, that, right? Life is a thing profane. A high priest. Very interesting. I don't know where that comes from. Maybe it's poetry or something. A thing profane. Some weird stuff that they would say profane idea, right? Some of the days quote from a book or something. No feigned offence, profane characterization. It's weird stuff coming from like a religious thing, right? Profanity or poetry. There's a poetry to profanity. David Simon. A lot of weird stuff that they're connected to this, like. Walsh, Donald Walsh. Profane. Always this type of duality between the sacred and the profane, right? The white and the black. See? They always have this duality. Religion is defined by the cultural distinction or division or separation, right, between the sacred and profane. Sacred objects extraordinary and set apart. Profane everyday ordinary objects. See, these are the transes, these are the naturals. So I was looking down on the naturals, right? Yeah, same thing, yeah, read. Not supernatural, see. They are the supernatural ones, right? And the natural is the natural people, end of. So naturals are profanes in their way of thinking, right? Sacred, profane. Look at all imagery in that. Benjamin Britten. Very funny imageries in, the 16, I don't know what that is like. No, we are saying the same thing, the holy and the profane. See, sacred, trans, supernatural, whatever, they become the holy. And the profane is always the natural, right? Leviticus 8:10. Now the Levite priesthood. That's Leviticus.